because you know, okay,
Cool.
yeah. What's your name, by the way?
Shifa.
Nice to meet you, Shifa. My name is Shamsi.
Shamsi, yeah.
Yes. So what I would say, so now because in order for us to speak our prophethood, we have to establish lordship,
Okay.
the creator first, okay? So now if we believe there is a creator, and the creator created this creation for a purpose, okay, logic dictates the only way to know our purpose of life is to get the information from the creator himself.
Okay.
Correct? Make sense? Let me make it clear, to you.
It does.
No, it makes everyone sense. Now imagine I made a phone. I'm the first person to make a phone. Okay. Now if you want to learn about the phone, who should come back? To me or to the butcher in your area?
Well, go back to the source.
That's it. We should start the one who made it. Because the one who made it, he has a knowledge about it in detail better than anyone else. That's likewise, logically speaking, if we want to know about our purpose of this life, we have to get the information from the source, which is the creator of his creation. It makes sense now?
Kind of.
You just accepted it. How is it kind of now?
I've got you. I'm following your.
No. No. Before I'm not on this. Just following me. We have to agree first, because when you lay down a foundation, then we can utilize the foundation which we agreed upon as a criteria to see if you are.
Run that by me again.
Okay. Now, you believe in the creator.
I believe in the one true creator.
Okay. You believe this universe is being created for a purpose.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
And logically speaking, the only one knows about our purpose of this life is the one who made us.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's my point.
I could agree with that.
That's what I'm saying. So that's the point.
Okay,
so the point here is because why? If the creator left it up to our intellect and our feelings to come to conclusion what is our purpose of life, we will differ. Because you have different feeling than I. Understand? Some, like in our time, some people say, the way I worship the creator or be grateful to him, or my purpose is to smoke drugs. Some people say my purpose is to stab people. You know what I'm saying? So now how we get, or what criteria we're going to utilize to determine which one is speaking the truth. So my point here is that if we accept that, then the prophets and messengers, okay? Now we come to the prophets and messengers. So logic dictates the creator should inform us about our purpose of this life.
What type of messengers are the prophets?
Okay, we're going to come to that. But first of all, let us analyze and try to differentiate between a true prophet and a false prophet. Okay?
Okay.
Now, one of the characteristics of a true prophet, he's known amongst his people to be truthful and honest person. Why? Because
How do you define that as an attribute of a prophet?
I'll tell you why. Because you and I, if we are a king of a country, you will not choose a liar to convey your message to the people if you choose to do so.
So can I ask you a question? If I go in the dictionary right now and I look up the word prophet, it's going to tell me someone who tells the truth is a prophet.
No, prophet, I'm saying prophet, one of his characteristics is to prophesize, okay?
What is a prophet? What is prophecy? How do you prophesy?
But before we come to that, but prophecy is not enough, because there's a fortune teller, they can tell you something which will happen in the future. That's not enough, because a fortune teller, we know he works with a demon. You understand? So first of all, let us analyze the characteristics.
In your opinion, I got you.
Let us analyze the characteristics. So too many microphones, man. So first of all, why I'm saying that? I'm saying we're not wiser, and we're not wiser than the creator. Okay? Now, if I'm a king of a country and I want to send an ambassador to someone else, I will choose someone who is known to be truthful and honest person.
So would that be like a teacher then?
Like a teacher, yes.
Like a teacher.
Okay, yeah.
So what's the difference between a teacher and a prophet?
You ask too many questions. Let us analyze.
Okay,
because you ask questions, how do you know true prophets?
You're saying things, but I'm asking questions.
Yeah, no. Before we come to that, let us analyze. Let us establish what is a true prophet, and let us see if our characteristics or the characteristics I'm mentioning, does it make sense or not?
Okay.
I'll let you run. So what my point here is that if you're gonna choose someone to convey your message, to tell them something, you will not choose a liar to do that, would you?
Yeah. Come closer.
You would not choose a liar to do that, would you?
I wouldn't choose a liar to teach my children.
Why?
Because you want your children to learn the truth.
Because your son, maybe if he's smart enough, he'll tell my father, this guy is not to be a liar, so why me to trust him?
Well, I want a liar to teach my children.
No, but also, if I know you're a liar, okay, and you come to give me information, especially if you are known to be a liar, then I have to do what? I have to be very careful. And I can use it as an excuse to reject your statement based upon your history to be a liar. So now the creator is more wiser than you and I. So when the creator chose the prophets and messengers, historically they were known amongst their nations to be trustworthy, truthful and honest, in order for mankind to not reject them by saying they are liars. Now you are known to be a liar, and now you're telling me you are a prophet of the Most High.
Okay, I can deal with that.
You see what I'm saying? It's about dealing with that. It makes sense, okay?
I can deal
Now
with
the
that.
second criteria. The second criteria, they come with the miracles. Okay, they come with the miracles, or before that, they come with the same teaching. Even though...
No, hold on, wait. Let's slow down for a second. You said they come with the same teaching.
Correct.
Explain that.
Same teaching meaning that even though they never met each other, they come that with worship God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, and which is between them.
Okay.
And believing in the unseen. If you check, for example, Prophet Muhammad never met Jesus while they were preaching. When they said believe in the God of Abraham. Jesus never met Moses. But Moses came with the same teaching, believe in the God of Adam and Abraham.
Let me ask you a question.
Before you continue.
Allow
me to finish before,
Right,
because you have to understand that. So my point here is how these prophets and messengers, some of them between them, like time between them, is like 600 years or more. But they came with the same teaching. So who gave them that teaching?
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Did Muhammad know any Christians?
No, before that, we'll come to that. We'll come.
No. Because what you just listen to what you just said.
Yeah.
You just said Muhammad never met Jesus. He never spoke with Jesus. Okay, but did Muhammad know any Christians?
Prophet Muhammad knew any Christians? Yeah, he knew one Christian. Yeah.
He knew one Christian.
Yeah, which is his. He was his brother-in-law. You can say his uncle. I'm talking about Warqa bin Nawfal. Warqa bin Nawfal. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, he knows. Yeah. But the point here is that I'm saying that they come with the same teaching, and Warqa bin Nawfal, he was a monotheist Christian. He was not a polytheist, which we see now in our time, okay?
Yeah,
but
I understand that.
My point here is, so they came with the same teaching even though they never met each other. They worship one God and they stay away from the false gods and believe in the angels. Like in the Quran, talking about Gabriel. Likewise in the Old Testament and the New Testament, okay? Likewise, they came with the prophecies, okay? Likewise, with the miracles. Likewise, God, the Most High, He will not let a liar to overpower His chosen one and to aid him.
Can I ask you a question?
Wait,
Right,
I have to elaborate more.
You
Because-
like the sound of your voice.
No, not really, because you're asking me questions. If you understand, you ask me questions, so I have to elaborate more on this.
You've answered one question.
No, I answered because you asked me how you know true prophet. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to let you teach. Go on.
No, bro. If you come in to ask question as a sincere person, you want to learn, then that's what I'm here for.
I'm not really here to learn. I'm asking you questions.
Are you not here to learn? Then take care of yourself.
I'm asking you questions.
I'm not here
if
to-
you're going to answer the question.
I didn't answer it, but what you can see, because you're not here to learn, you already have agenda. So if the answer,
there's no agenda.
Yeah, there is, because
There's no agenda.
I tell you
The
why.
only agenda
I
here-
tell you why. Let me hear
The
me.
only agenda here
Go on.
is to find out from you, like I said in the beginning, how do you establish Muhammad as a prophet?
That's what I'm trying to do, but you keep cutting me.
I'm going to let you finish. Let you run with what you're saying.
No, but
Then I'll ask the
that,
question.
I think that is enough proof to me that I'm just going to waste my time. Because
Why are you going to waste your time?
Because I tell you why. Because you already keep cutting me, and you can see clearly you haven't not listening to what I've been saying.
All right,
because I'm answering your questions, but after you said, you know what, forget this long thing because I'm not answering your questions. Then I said, your question was about how do you know Muhammad is true prophet?
But it's going to take you another 10 minutes to explain yourself.
Regardless how long it's going to take me, because you
I'll
asked
let
me a
finish.
question.
I'll
You know what I'm saying?
Finish your explanation.
No, so my point here is that also is known that the Most High always aid His prophets and His messengers. Okay? So when we look at these characteristics, it fit the Prophet Muhammad perfectly. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was known amongst his nation to be trustworthy and truthful person. That's why when one of his enemies, he said, would you accuse him to be a liar? He said, no, he's not a liar. He's known amongst us to be truthful and honest person. So what he said, if he does not lie against the people, how is he going to lie against the creator of mankind when he claims to be a prophet? Likewise, the Prophet Muhammad prophecies, when he prophesies about the future. Not something which is like, some random thing, not in detail, and many of them.
What did he prophesy about?
That's a good one. In Sahih Bukhari, Prophet Muhammad said he saw a person who getting punished. When he was asked, he said, this person, the reason he's getting punished, because he will invent a lie. Listen to it, these are powerful. He will invent a lie in the morning, and by the evening, his lie will reach the east and the west.
And
So
who is this
Prophet,
person?
no, any person. No, but before we come to that, Prophet Muhammad, he lived how long ago? 1,400 years ago. Back during the life of the Prophet Muhammad, in order to travel from London to Cardiff will take you 3 days. Let alone for your lie to spread far east, far west in 1 day. Now what happened? Put up a lie in WhatsApp, in Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. By the day your lie will reach China, Africa. So
When did he prophesy that would come true?
It's not about when. He's always saying to Monday, 2020, when Donald Trump's going to be president. Prophet Muhammad, he said, it's going to come a time.
But that's what prophecy. That's what you said in your original statement.
Yes.
In your original statement,
Go
you
on.
said someone could come and prophesy something's going to happen. But if you're going to prophesy something's going to happen, you have to give a specific time.
I never said specific time. You never said that word.
Well,
No,
I'm
because
saying that.
Yeah, but who you say that?
Who am I to say that? Because that's when you deal with the word prophecy, you have to go by the Bible, not Bible, the dictionary definition of prophecy. You can't just make up your own definition.
But English language is a new language.
I get you, but
So let us go to the Hebrew language,
If I'm gonna
Arabic
say-
language, which
go to
ancient
the
language,
Hebrew language, Arabic
which means
language.
never.
It's gonna be the same
No,
thing.
it's not, because
The
never.
definition is
No,
definition.
never means two things. When someone's been raised high, also when someone prophesies the future, it's not a condition.
I
He has to
disagree.
tell you.
I strongly
Okay,
disagree.
what are your criteria you are utilizing to disagree with me?
I'm going to tell you the criteria.
Yes.
Yeah? If we're going to deal with prophets, yeah, and prophecy, yeah, first thing a prophet's got to do, yeah.
No. Before, no. You said disagree with me about defining what is a prophecy.
All right, a prophecy, yeah?
Yes.
So, for instance, someone like Nostradamus, yeah, who gave prophecy, yeah, he will give you a time as to when that prophecy is going to happen.
Okay.
If you're not giving us a time as to when that prophecy is going to happen, you know, realistically, what you're just saying things, because anyone could be a prophet.
No,
Anyone could have said
wait.
the same thing.
So you, because you mentioned someone who give a time, therefore that will invalidate my definition.
No,
that is
would
incorrect.
No, that would
because
validate your prophecy. If you
No,
give
no,
a
no.
time, if I said next week the sun is going to come out and it's going to be blue, yeah?
Yeah.
And then the sun comes out next week and it's blue,
Okay.
yeah? And I say it's going to happen next week Monday
Okay.
at 12 o'clock. Then that's a prophecy. That prophecy is
No,
fulfilled.
my question: who said you have to give a time and a date?
That's the prophecy. That's what.
Who said?
prophecy is.
Give me like Moses said that, Abraham said that, Noah said that,
I'm not
Jacob
dealing
said
with
that.
I'm dealing with dictionary definition.
Yeah, but English dictionary is new, my brother. You have to learn English
But you don't
dictionary.
deal with the dictionary.
English language, I think my great grandfather is older than it.
But you're speaking English right now.
Yeah,
but you don't deal with the
no,
dictionary.
we're talking about the prophecy according to the ancient languages.
Well,
You
we're
see what
going
I'm
to
saying?
disagree on that. So,
So
we should
the-
move on from
so-
there. We should move on from there.
Firstly, if you understand Nostradamus, a lot of his so-called prophecies, they're things that have been inferred and assumed. It's not
Okay.
clear cut, black and white. That's
Exactly.
first.
Yes.
And I'm not saying Nostradamus is a prophet, by the way. Let's just make that
Yeah,
clear.
but what we're talking about prophecy.
The prophethood, yes.
He
Okay.
was inaccurate in some of his things as
It
well.
was inaccurate.
I'd agree.
So
He was
that-
inaccurate.
so, okay, that- so
He
that-
was.
that- that's what I'm
And then
saying.
when you say he was inaccurate with some of his prophecy, this is what I'm saying. To be accurate with a prophecy, you need to give a time and you need to give a specific timing. So that we
No,
can-
no,
we
no,
can
no, it's not. No, it's
You
not.
don't need one, you just need description.
Sorry.
Ah, you
Wait,
just need
wait,
description.
wait.
Well,
Is
you
that-
guys
That's
just
why.
need
That's
description.
no.
I got you. You guys just
You
need
just prove
description.
our point. Why?
I think a lot
Because
of people would need a lot more than just description.
That you
We
prove
need a
our-
time when this prophecy is
you
going
know
to
you
come
can take
to
your camera and
pass.
speak there, bro. I'm speaking to you and you go
I
to the
got you,
camera.
I got you.
You know, and you go get me
But
back.
I'm just saying, you know.
But you just proved my point.
On this side, I've heard a lot of people agree that a prophecy can just come to any time. It doesn't matter when.
Yeah.
Now, on my side, I'd say that there's a lot of people who would disagree with that.
No, but the example you gave of someone who prophesies about many things and was incorrect.
Well, I'm just going
No,
by
no,
your
wait.
definition right
No.
now. I'm going by your
No.
definition.
No.
I haven't given you my definition.
If you allow me to finish with the prophets, all his prophecy will come to pass. Prophet Muhammad said it will come a time. Another one. Because it's not about when. It's about the prophecy is so powerful. Because no one will say 1,400 years ago, it will come a time when someone's lie will reach the east and the west in one day. Because everyone knows, in order for me to travel from Britain to Algeria, it will take me months. Walking on a camel even doesn't cross the water, understand, or a horse, let alone for a lie. So this prophecy is so powerful. I never heard prophecy like that. It's so precise and detailed. Another prophecy, Prophet Muhammad said, it will come a time when the Arabs, they will stop using the camels as a riding beast. And everyone knows, 1,400 years ago, 50 years ago, the Arabs were known to use what? The camels as a riding beast. But they will use something as a box. As what? As a box. Will carry them from their houses to the mosque with their family. Can you give me an example that you think the last Prophet Muhammad's time, there was a box used to carry people from their house to the mosque?
I can't give you an example of that.
So
but
now
what I
let's
can-
analyze
what I can
that.
say- What I can say is
Go
this.
on.
What you're saying, yeah, does not. It doesn't strike me as a prophecy.
It strikes many people will become Muslim if you watch my videos.
Let me finish.
But
You
that
don't like
includes
being
the
cut.
time. That includes
I
the time.
understand. I understand. You don't like being cut, innit? You don't
It's a
like
car.
being-
It's about car.
You
So
don't like being cut, so let me just finish
Okay,
what I'm saying.
go
yeah? Now, what I'm saying is anyone could say there will come a time, you know.
no,
when
give me
something
one. It's
like
about
that-
cars. Give me one.
Hear what I'm going to say to you, yeah?
No, don't tell me
Listen,
anyone. You make it just
listen.
claim.
You're saying I'm making a claim,
Yes.
but if you let me finish, the
Go
same
on.
way I let you finish,
Yes,
you'll,
go on.
you'll hear the crux of my conversation.
Oh, go on. Carry on.
So anyone, like someone could say today, there'll be a time where man will go into outer space. You know, someone has said that in the past. That's not prophecy, though. That just means you're saying that the technology will advance.
Bro,
And
what?
people are
Because
always
there was
advancing
technology.
themselves.
No. The time Prophet Muhammad, there was
People
not
are
any.
always advancing
Brother.
themselves,
The
though. Would you
time.
agree?
Of course, I agree. But the time
Alright.
Prophet
That's
Muhammad.
all I need to say
No.
then.
The time. There's not any indication
Exactly.
to indicate.
It wasn't
That's
even
my
a thought.
brother.
And that's not a
Akhi, if you
But
let
that's
me.
not a prophecy.
No, that's my.
For me to say,
brother.
you know what? There's a time when a man will,
All right,
man will reach
brother.
the stars.
No.
That's not a prophecy.
You just said the time is being said because of technology.
That's
I'm
not-
saying the Prophet Muhammad's time, there was no indication to indicate that people will invent a car. There was no technology. They haven't even found out about electricity. They haven't found out about nothing.
Even
1,005.
the
So
building.
wait.
There's no such thing as a wheel.
Wait.
There's no such thing as a wheel.
So by wheel is gonna drive you.
No.
Come on,
I'm
brother.
asking you a question.
Come
Was
on.
there such thing as a wheel?
Yeah, as a wheel. But wheel that doesn't. Wait.
Therefore, a man wouldn't necessarily have to ride a camel. He could have had a horse and cart and drove a
Horse what?
A horse and cart.
Is it possible for the wheel to drive people by itself?
Listen, you said.
No, answer
camel.
me. No, answer
You
me.
specifically
I didn't.
said
I is not
camel.
listening. Brother, take care of yourself.
specifically
Take care of
said
yourself.
camel.
I
You can
can't
run
see-
if you want like this. At
Okay,
the end
you
of
know
the
what?
day-
It's not about running, brother.
End
I
of
said
the
the
day-
box.
End of the
I
day,
said the
you
box.
said there will come a time when they will no longer ride camels, yeah?
And they will ride what?
box.
Wait,
They will ride
I want to
box.
hit. He's not even
They'll
listening.
ride a box.
I said that.
They'll
You
ride a box.
Yeah.
So hold on, the horse and the
Bro,
cart.
he's
does it
not
have a
even
box?
listening to me.
The
That's
horse and
what-
cart, does it have a box?
What?
Does the horse and cart come with
No,
a
the box by itself will carry them. The
box
box
by
by
itself.
itself will carry them. Yes.
Not
Yeah?
a carriage.
Yeah.
Just the
box by
box
itself.
alone.
Yeah, will carry them.
Yeah?
No, it's
Where does
striking
it
him.
say that?
Look.
Where does it- You told me where it
Prophet
says.
Muhammad, no, wait.
You show me where it
I'll
says.
tell you, it's in Abi Dawood, one of the
In
Prophet
Abi Dawood.
Muhammad narrators.
Okay.
He narrated it. And what the Muslim scholar said is so powerful. This doesn't. Now, how Prophet Muhammad prophesied it, he said these books will carry them, okay, with their family too, and there will be their wives, they will be dressing with the hijab, and they have a head, what they call it, the camel, the camel's hump. And back in the time of Prophet Muhammad, there was no woman just like that, understand? So he mentioned it in detail, understand? But my point here, I can see clearly that regardless of what I'm going to tell you, you're not even listening to my...
No, I
you know,
am
I
listening.
don't know.
I am listening.
Because I mentioned about the box, and you didn't get it. I mentioned about inventing the lies, you didn't get it. But my point here is, look, likewise, prophecy Prophet Muhammad mentioned, or in the Quran, Allah said, Allah will spread Islam. Allah will what? Make this religion spread. Okay? Even if the disbelievers or the enemy of Islam, because not every disbeliever is the enemy of
does that
Islam.
qualify as
Allow me to
prophecy,
finish.
though?
I'm letting me to finish. That is not letting me finish at all, man.
No, I'm letting you finish.
Yeah. You guys, if you allow me to finish, then you understand, okay?
I'm going to let you finish.
So, because I want to clarify that not every disbeliever is the enemy of Islam. So I will translate it as even if the Islamic haters dislike it, okay? When the Prophet Muhammad passed away, Islam spread far east, far west, okay? And this prophecy, anytime. Now there is many barriers to stop people becoming the Muslims. And the fastest growing religion on the face of the earth is Islam. Even though the Muslims and Islamic countries are very weak. So who's doing the job is the Most High, who has promised us is a noble book.
Can I say something, yeah? I'm going to say something.
Now what do you think about that prophecy first?
I think that you really believe what you're saying, but I'm going to say this, yeah? We can go back to the walls of Samaria and Egypt, and we can find box-like things that people were supposedly traveling in those times. No horse pulling it, yeah, traveling on its own. So
Wait, because of drawing.
because of drawing.
Yeah, but they draw many things. They draw a monkey with a man's head. Do you believe people exist like that?
Well, I believe there's people with monkey DNA.
No, I didn't ask you that. Do you believe there was a time when there was a monkey with a man's head?
I've seen a man with hair all over his
I
face.
didn't ask you that.
It looked
No,
like-
I didn't ask you that. Do you believe? Bro, you come to the wrong guy.
I've seen a man.
No.
I've seen a man with a tail growing out.
No, brother. I don't know. You see many things, to be honest. I don't know. Where do you live? I think are you from London or somewhere else?
Listen, go on YouTube, type in people walking on all fours.
Oh, okay, YouTube.
Type that in, yeah?
Brother, YouTube
Type that in.
is YouTube.
Watch that video. Watch that video. It's going to be an eye opener.
Is YouTube your information source? Because YouTube, there's many things you can see.
All I'm saying to you,
Yeah, you can see people flying.
All I'm going to say to you is that's going to be an eye opener for you.
To be honest, no, wait.
We've heard your description.
No, wait.
We've heard your description of what a prophet is. Now this is how I'm going to qualify what a prophet is.
What is the criteria you have to
The
utilize?
criteria of a prophet is this.
Yeah, okay.
You have to come with something called revelation. Now, when we're dealing with revelation,
that's true. God
you
gave
have
it to him.
to
That's what I said.
Let me
Teach him.
finish. You have to reveal something that no one's ever heard before. Now, if you're revealing something...
No, wait. No, before you finish.
Let me finish.
No, you have to give me criteria. You're making up from your head.
My brother, you're saying I'm making it up. No, this is the dictionary definition.
Whose dictionary? Is it Arabic or English dictionary? No, wait. Okay, what about the Arabic? No, wait. What about the Arabic dictionary? What about the Arabic dictionary?
Listen,
No.
Arabic.
Okay, who said? Okay, now who said? No, wait. Who said English dictionary is a criteria for the other dictionaries?
Who said the Arabic dictionary is...
I never said that. You are saying in order for someone to be a prophet, and you mentioned things, you said the reason that qualified someone to be a prophet because you read an English dictionary. So logically speaking, in order for us to accept English dictionary, therefore you believe English dictionary is a criteria over any language dictionary. Do you accept that?
What I'm saying is this. You can translate Arabic into English, can you not?
No, I'm not asking you that. Wait, before.
Doesn't matter what you're
No.
asking me. Don't matter.
No, I'm asking you my question. No.
Into English.
So what's that mean?
We can verify the dictionary in either.
Bro, you're not getting my point. You're not getting my point.
What is your point?
My point here is you are like people who think the Western criteria is the absolute criteria that we have to utilize to accept what is the falsehood, what is the truth. That's what you're doing exactly, but you're doing it on the other side, which saying because the English dictionary said such, therefore we have to accept the English dictionary definition. That doesn't make any sense.
Misinterpretation. What I'm saying is, you can translate Arabic into English.
You didn't say that. You didn't say that before that.
This is what I'm saying to you right now.
Just
So
have
listen
to-
to what I'm saying.
Okay.
We can translate Arabic into English.
Okay.
If that is possible, then the definitions should be synonymous.
It doesn't
They
have to
shouldn't
be.
different.
It's not.
They should be.
It's not.
They should be.
Because when you go
Otherwise,
to
there's a problem with Arabic, then
why is there a problem with English?
why is there not a problem with Arabic?
No, you made the claim, not me.
Well, there's got to be a problem with both then.
So why are you trusting it then?
Why are you trusting Arabic?
No, I never trust Arabic dictionary. You trusting it?
Are you
you
trusting
look
Arabic
after yourself, bro. You're making no sense,
You
man.
sound like you're running. You sound like you're running. from the place.
Brother.
If we can,
The definition is an English word that he was using, revelation. So therefore, you should use an English dictionary.
No, wait. It's not about that. You said no.
Thank you.
You came late. Next time come early.
Either
No,
way.
wait.
If we're using
No,
the word
before.
revelation,
No, before that.
we can translate the word revelation into
Bro,
Arabic
in order
and
for us
into
to-
English.
in order for us to carry
Does
on-
revelation mean the same thing in Arabic that it means in English?
Before I answer that, you said the way I explained the prophet, someone to be a prophet, it's wrong. Why? You give your reason. Your sole reason was because according to English.
That's not my sole reason. I've got more reasons.
No. So your definition of prophethood? Who did you get it from?
Pardon me?
Your definition of prophethood. Where did you get it from?
Well, we can define it by the dictionary.
See my point. Take care of
Where
yourself,
did you
man.
get it
Well, look after yourself. خلاص.
We can define
Take care of
it
yourself,
by
brother. Look
the
after
word
yourself.
in the dictionary.
But
Now, my
English
brother wants to
dictionary.
run. He wants
Okay,
to run.
I'm gonna run.
Because
It's gonna make you sleep tonight,
What I'm
right?
going to say to
Is
you?
it gonna make sleep?
He's
خلاص.
admitted
Take care of
that you
yourself.
can translate Arabic into English.
Huh?
But
You
he
said-
wants to act like the word revelation in Arabic is something different.
No,
to what it
no,
is.
I didn't say that. You're missing the
And
point
that is
again.
beyond that, Joe.
You're missing the point.
beyond that,
No,
Joe.
you're missing the point.
That's
The
beyond
point
that, Joe.
was you tried to say the way I defined the prophethood. No, hear me out. Because the way I defined the prophethood, I mentioned characteristics of a prophet, true prophet. You said the way I defined it is wrong. So therefore, logically speaking, in order for you to say I'm wrong, you have to have an absolute criteria,
Hey, he asked you
which
your
is
criteria.
absolute. No.
I'm giving you
Wait.
the criteria, but
No.
I wasn't finished,
Ish-
and you wanted to jump on
No,
one
wait.
word.
No,
You
wait.
wanted to jump on one word.
let's
No,
hear
no,
his criteria.
wait, brother. English dictionary, is it a criteria to determine who's a true prophethood, who is not? Is it?
I never said the English dictionary is
That's
a criteria.
okay.
I'm using a word
No problem.
from the English
No
dictionary.
problem.
I'm
Again,
using
my
a word
question
from the
to you
English
again.
dictionary,
How do you know
which
true
it can
prophets?
also be translated into Arabic, and the
Well,
word
akhi,
revelation. Let me
this
ask,
is
let me
a
ask you a question.
No,
Let me ask you a
doesn't
question.
understand.
You don't understand. You don't understand what I'm saying.
Before you cut me off, does the word revelation mean the same thing in Arabic that it means in English?
No, that doesn't. All the
what does
time.
it mean in
doesn't.
Arabic?
Because the
Explain it
revelation,
to us in Arabic.
according to English dictionary, you said revelation is to reveal something.
That's right.
No one heard it before.
That's right.
Okay, I'm gonna reveal something. No one heard it before. I saw chicken with a cow's head with a monkey's leg.
What's that?
I'm a prophet. No, I'm a prophet.
Question, though.
No,
Answer the question.
okay.
Answer the question.
Al-Wahy. No. To make you know,
Come on, man.
I know you get upset.
This
Your
is
friends
getting
getting moved
childish.
to.
It's getting
Okay. No, don't be upset. Don't feel upset.
was revelation. That's the
My
best
be-
one.
That's
Okay.
the first.
Al-Wahy
that's the
Arabic
first point I'm
language.
touching on.
Al-Wahy.
That's the first point I'm touching on.
Al-Wahy Arabic language. Al-Wahy when God speaks to a prophet to teach the people. Okay. There's two types of wahy
that
in
what
Arabic.
revelation means in Arabic?
Yeah, it's as a wahy. So wahy has two meaning. Okay. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Quran when you go to the verse wahy. So wahy when Allah gives something to a prophet to teach the people. It doesn't have to be no one heard it before. Because Allah gave a revelation to Jesus and to Moses. And both of them came with the same teaching to worship God alone. So you defined revelation is not same as has been as how it's been defined according to Arabic language. So my point to you again, please be honest person. Is the English dictionary a yardstick to utilize it to determine who is a true prophet and who is not? Is it?
Well, I'm not saying the English dictionary is a yardstick to determine anything. I'm saying that English dictionary is a way we can determine what words mean.
Can be
and
wrong.
when we can define the meaning of a word,
Okay.
i.e. the word revelation, which means to reveal something, yeah, which has never been heard before. No one's known this before. Yeah?
Okay.
Now, realistically,
I don't accept that.
ask you,
I don't accept
you,
it.
You don't have to accept it, but I'm going to ask you, what has Muhammad revealed that no one knew before?
I just showed you, yardstick you are utilizing, I don't even accept it. So for you to use it against my prophet doesn't make any sense.
But you're not going to accept it because it's the English dictionary. But
No.
you're not speaking English.
No, bro, it's not about that. Look, it's a false promise. Sorry, Jedi. 1 minute, Jedi.
I'd
You're
like
right.
to know, for real,
No,
what is another version of
no.
revelation then? What is it?
Look. In order for us to have a fruitful discussion, we have to lay down a foundation. Okay? We have to have an absolute yardstick. Because I can tell you, look, the revelation, I think, someone comes with the 20 legs.
But that's
You're gonna,
what you think.
no, that's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. Wait. I just explained to him, he said it's wrong. Because according to him, English dictionary says something else. Which doesn't make any sense
My
because
brother.
English dictionary, Prophet Muhammad existed before English dictionary. English language is a new language which has been taken from Latin and the Greek. Arabic language is an older language.
So are you
understand?
saying that
So now,
revelation means something different in
so
Greek?
now for me to,
Are you saying it means something different
no,
in Greek?
for me to, I didn't say that. I said it's been taken. Okay?
Hold on. Question.
It's not
Does
even finished.
revelation means something different in Greek?
I didn't say that. I said English language is
Well,
been taken.
Therefore,
I don't know how
we
it's
can
been.
still deal with the meaning.
It's not-
We can still
Bro,
listen.
it's
I'm
wasting
trying
time,
to get
bro.
to the criteria.
All right, look
but
after
he doesn't
yourself.
want to hear the
Take up-
criteria because he's still
You keep
stuck on
saying
the
it's
word
English dictionary.
revelation.
No,
Let me
I'm
finish
not.
what I'm-
No,
well, let
I
me
said about
finish what
English
I'm saying,
dictionary.
because you don't like being cut in it. So let me finish
What are you
I'm
talking about?
saying.
I'm not
Let
gonna
me
let you
what I'm
finish
saying.
if we haven't agreed
All right, let me
upon the
finish.
criteria.
Listen, we don't have to agree. Let me finish.
So take
saying
care of
what I'm
yourself
saying.
then.
Let me finish
I'm gonna
saying what
stand
saying.
here, listen to you.
I don't have to agree with you. If
But
everyone
bro-
just has to agree with you, then what you're doing is you're just forcing your.
No, I'm not
criteria on
forcing.
everyone
No.
else.
I'm showing you. You made a claim. Okay.
I'm not making a claim. I'm
You-
going by the
no,
dictionary
you-
definition. The
okay, let me
dictionary
remind
made a
you,
claim
'cause I think
of
you
what
know-
revelation means.
I think you don't
So
listen to-
everyone can hear that clear and plain as day.
I think
the
you don't-
dictionary's definition of revelation is to reveal something, yeah, that no one has heard before.
Who said that is true?
Yeah? Who said that is true?
Yeah.
You tell me who said it's not true.
You are utilizing it to invalidate my point.
This is our language. Our language says it's true.
No, what?
This is the
Brother,
language we
take care of
speak in
yourself,
this
man.
country.
You are.
The language
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense.
Language says-
You know, you like a person who says in Africa, Africans and Arabs are backward because our English culture said so.
You still need to show us that
You know what I'm saying? It
revelation
doesn't make
means
any
something.
sense.
You still need to
I just
show
showed
us
you.
that revelation
I just showed you
means something
Arabic language is different.
It doesn't mean nothing different in Arabic. That's a lie. I'm sorry.
I'm telling you,
That's a lie.
in-
That's a lie.
No,
It's not
it
part
is.
of his
It is.
criteria.
It is.
It's not part of your
A revelation.
criteria.
I said to him,
It's not
is
part
not
of
a.
your criteria.
I said to you.
Clearly.
I said to you, as a teaching, God gave a teaching to a prophet. Okay. It's not a condition that teaching no one heard about it before. You made up that condition. I'm saying, where do you get that condition from?
All right, let's move on from revelation. I got another question for you, yeah? I got another question.
No, it'd be a reminder because why? Revelation mean? Revelation mean, that's the definition of revelation. Al-Wahy, which is Al-Wahy. Revelation when God speaks to a prophet to remind the people that it's still a revelation. Because revelation means something has been coming down, revealed. Okay,
I've
so
got another
God will
question.
say, oh, that's what I'm
How many
saying.
different dialects of Arabic are there? How do you know what each one means? Come on.
What are you talking about?
How many different dialects of Arabic are there?
Wait. No, wait. How many dialects of English there is? How many English dialects there is?
English dialect?
Yeah. American, they speak same as English. And,
Same English.
it's not same. No, the dialect. Bro, are you serious? There is many words.
Oh, they speak with different
No, bro. No. There's many terms Americans utilize is different than our terms we use in English.
But my brother,
Correct?
revelation
It's a
means the
fact,
same
bro.
thing in
It's
America.
a fact, bro.
That means
So they have different dialects.
Revelation
Bro, I can
still
see you
means
not
the
going
same
nowhere.
thing.
Take care of yourself.
My brother,
Look after yourself.
I
It's
know
not
you wanna
something to
run. I know
I'm
you
gonna
wanna
run.
run.
I'm
I
so
know you wanna
scared.
run.
I'm gonna run.
Let
It's
me
gonna
say
make you
something.
sleep nice.
Let me say
It's gonna make you
something.
sleep
Let me
good.
say something.
It's gonna make you sleep
Revelation
good.
is something no one has heard before.
I'm saying
Full
who's.
stop.
Oh, no problem. Who says it's
Dictionary
true?
definition.
Who says it's true?
The dictionary says it's
Who
true.
wrote the dictionary?
Definition.
Who-
Definition
no,
says
wait,
it's true.
wait.
By defining words.
Who's-
by definition of
He's
wording.
not getting it.
It is
Brother.
true.
Who died?
By
Who died
definition
and made
of
the
wording.
dictionary of the bastard?
Who
By
said?
definition
Who
of
said?
wording.
Who said
By
English dictionary?
definition of wording.
Brother, who said English dictionary is a yardstick for the people's belief?
Alright, do you know what? Let's move on.
No,
from
answer
that.
me. No,
Let's move
answer
on
me.
from
No.
that. Let's
To
move
show
on.
you that how foolishness you are sounding, to be honest, out of respect. Who said English dictionary is a yardstick, is a criteria over people's belief? Who said that?
Alright, we're not going to go there.
Look after yourself,
You can
brother.
have
Take
that
care,
one.
man.
You can have that.
Yeah, look after yourself. Okay, I don't want to waste time, bro. You don't have to speak it for long.
Because we're not going to agree.
Okay,
Because
go
we're
on.
not going to agree. Let's
No,
move
because
forward,
I'm not
innit?
here for entertainment,
let's
for
move
just
forward.
talking.
Let's move forward because we're not
Go
going to
on.
agree. And I know a lot of people are going to agree with my side. Many may agree with your side. I'm not going to say that, I'm not going to say you're wrong.
Bro,
I'm just going to say this.
no.
My next question is this. My next question is this. You clearly stated, that Muhammad knew at least one Christian.
That's correct.
So are you saying that
Work
it's
up enough.
impossible for Muhammad to have learned about Abraham, about Isa, about the people he speaks of who are in the Quran from that Christian?
Yes, impossible.
Why is it impossible?
I'll tell you why. Because this man, Warqa bin Nawfal, after Prophet Muhammad received the revelation, Warqa bin Nawfal died maybe just a month later or 2 months later. For Prophet Muhammad to come with a book, which is how many? We have 114 chapters in the Quran. To learn it in 2 months, or with all that detailed information, even some of it is about the unseen, about the future, from a man, that is impossible. And you know what?
So you're saying he met this man.
No. Wait. Allow me to finish my point. I haven't finished my point.
Now clarify.
Huh?
He met this person.
No, wait.
Hold on. He met this person who was a Christian.
Yes.
Yeah. A well-learned Christian, I'm going to imagine, yeah? And within 2 months, that person died after Muhammad meeting him. Is that
Yes,
what you're
and he
saying?
believed in him. He believed Prophet Muhammad, true prophet.
Okay, but he met a
No,
Christian.
wait.
He met a Christian.
Wait, okay.
He met a Christian. Now you're saying it was impossible for him to have learned from that Christian.
Yes, it's possible.
It was impossible.
Because
Why?
that Christian, he didn't have, for example, make it clear to you. The story about Jesus speaking in the cradle is in the Quran. Prophet Muhammad came with it. The Christians, in our time, in their Bibles, they don't have that story, okay? They don't have what? That story.
Which story? Say
The story
again.
about Jesus speaking in the cradle.
Jesus speaking in
In
the
the
cradle.
when he was
And
a
how do
baby.
you verify that Jesus spoke in
No,
the cradle?
this is a different subject now. The first thing, you made a claim. Talk of a Christian man.
You said he took from a Christian man.
No, I never said
But
he took
that
from a
information
Christian
is not
man.
in the
Bible.
No, this is what I said. I said, you
So I
said,
said,
he
no,
said,
he said, I'm going to show him
Muhammad
he's not.
met with a Christian man
Yeah.
who was the uncle of his wife.
The uncle of his wife, Khadija bint Khuwaylid, that's correct.
All right. So he met this Christian man.
Yes.
But it was impossible for him to learn anything about the Bible from a Christian man that he met and knew for at least 2 months.
Wait. I didn't say anything. You see what I'm saying? Don't say anything. But
it
no.
was impossible for him to learn what was in the Bible.
I'm not the whole Quran. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say.
What about the contents of the Bible?
No,
It
wait.
was impossible for him to learn what was in the Bible.
You're making a claim that Prophet Muhammad taught from Warqa bin Nawfal. You're making a claim.
I'm not making a claim. I'm asking.
Okay.
Is it possible
Historically,
that he could have learned what is in the Bible from Warika?
No, because Warqa bin Nawfal never had the Bible.
Pardon me?
Never had the Bible, Warqa bin Nawfal.
Warika never had the Bible.
Yeah, he was translating some
But he
chapters
was a
here and there.
Christian. He was a
Yeah.
Christian and he knew the Bible, but he still couldn't have learned from
No,
it.
first of all, the Injil, not the Bible, because the Bible.
Maybe
Yeah, no, not the Injil, not the Injil. Because back in those days, even the historians will tell you, the Injil was not translated in Arabic. You see what I'm saying?
This guy
He
was
came
Arabic.
after. He was an Arabic speaker. Understand?
So maybe he knew the other language that was written in.
Yeah, but now, I understand that. Someone said he knew Hebrew, correct? Yeah. But now, to translate the whole Bible, which is the Bible we're talking about, the Injil, then he's not. He didn't translate all of it. He said learn some of it here and there.
How would you know? How can you
No,
verify?
wait. You make.
Injil's only
So, Jada, wait. No, depends. It's just
Because
small.
it's not going to have the Old Testament. It's gonna be-
No, but teaching of Jesus.
Is Abraham in the Quran?
No, but akhi, just wait.
Is Abraham
wait.
in the Quran?
No, wait. Akhi, if you allow me to. Hey.
Is Abraham in the
Brother,
Bible?
you know, you made the claim. Show me the proof that Prophet Muhammad took from Warqa bin
I
Nawfal.
don't need to show any proof.
Okay.
All I need to
I
show,
met you. Are you
all I need
Kemet?
to
Are you
do-
Kemet? Because the
Let me
Bible
say
said, are you
something.
Kemet?
No, I'm not Kemet.
What are you? You believe in something else?
I'm an Israelite.
Are you Israelite?
I'm an
I met
Israelite.
you today. I haven't learned nothing from you to support my belief, to be honest. I haven't learned nothing from you. to support my belief. Doesn't mean because I met you, therefore you just.
I'm not here to change your belief. I'm asking you questions.
You missed
to
the point. You missed the point
understand
many
how you
times.
establish Muhammad as a prophet. That's what I'm asking.
I did already, but you're not
And I'm
listening.
asking genuinely. I'm not
I'm
trying to upset you.
You're an Israelite. He just met you. Just because he met you doesn't mean he learned anything from you.
I never said he learned anything.
A scenario, just like you said, Waraq bin Nawfal, he met the Prophet, does not mean that he learned from that.
Yeah, that's it.
I know, but what I'm trying to say is, how do you establish someone as a prophet?
No, he changed. Wait. Jedi, don't get involved now. Because why? He's changing. He's changing the premise. Wait. Ikhwan, let me speak now. No. Wait. Please, Jedi, let me say something. Brother, you speaking? No. Jedi, can you remind me of his claim? His claim. He said, "Is it possible that Prophet Muhammad learned from Waraq bin Nawfal?" Now you change again because you're making a claim. No. Wait. No. I'll tell you why. The Arab pagans who knew Prophet Muhammad very well. Okay, and they were looking for anything to expose him. They never made a claim against him. They made one claim. Do you know what is it? They said he learned from someone who was a Christian servant who never spoke Arabic. And Allah refuted that. Allah said, this Arabic is in a pure language, eloquence. How can you claim Prophet Muhammad learned from so-and-so who doesn't even speak Arabic? And Prophet Muhammad does not understand his language. So Prophet Muhammad already refuted this claim.
Well, right
in
now,
this time.
I'm happy to
so
accept
Alhamdulillah.
I'm happy to
Alhamdulillah.
accept
See
your
how
answer.
easy.
I'm happy to accept your answer.
Thank you very much.
But what I'm going to
Now,
say to you is, I want to ask one more question.
Okay, no problem.
Where does Muhammad say that he is a prophet?
Where Prophet Muhammad says a prophet, Sahih Bukhari. Prophet Muhammad said, I'm a messenger of Allah, I'm the last messenger of Allah.
And he wrote the Quran?
No, Prophet Muhammad never wrote the Quran.
Who wrote the Quran and when was it written?
Okay, now before we go who wrote the Quran and all of that, first of all, you have to accept that you have no criteria to determine who is a true prophet, who is
I
not.
don't have to accept anything. I'm asking you a question.
I see, that's why I was
When
gonna
was the
work out with
Quran
that.
written and who wrote the Quran?
Well, where you on, bro? If no.
Who wrote the Quran?
Before I tell you who wrote the Quran,
Was it written
listen.
by Muhammad? Was it written in the time of Muhammad's life?
Okay.
When was it written?
I can answer any questions, you understand? As long that first of all, you accuse me of the prophethood, the way I defined it, was incorrect.
My
And
dictionary definition,
wait.
Incorrect.
Logically speaking, English dictionary is not an objective book. Is it objective or subjective book?
We can do that.
Okay,
We can do
so
that.
logically speaking, in order for you to use something is not objective to invalidate my statement, subjective book means wait. No, wait. Bro. You'll be one victim, next victim, okay? First victim. Okay, wait. First of all, you have to explain, you have to accept that you just expose your ignorance when you try to use English dictionary as a criteria over my belief.
Well, so far you've shown ignorance in showing us that, you know, from what I've heard from you, Muhammad, I can establish him as a teacher, but so far that's all I can establish.
Bro, look.
From what you've said.
Let me. First of all, you know what you just did? Imagine someone accused me to be rapist. Instead of defending my case, I say, but you are a thief as well.
No,
That's what you did.
I didn't accuse
You know what I'm
you
saying?
to be a rapist.
No, I didn't say
Let's
that.
be
You're missing the point.
From what he has said so far,
he's missing the
I've
point.
been able to
Look after
establish
yourself, man.
Muhammad as a
Well, you're
teacher,
missing the point. He's not.
But I've not been
he's
able
not
to
listening.
establish him by dictionary definition as a prophet.
Who's-
And I'm sure many people watching these videos back are going to be able to say the same thing.
No,
You know
they're
what?
not.
You
They're
clearly
not.
said- you clearly
Because
said
any
at the
per-
beginning of your first statement,
Correct.
you said we was discussing what a teacher is and what a prophet is, and you said the prophet is a teacher. Now, as
I didn't
far
just
as
say that. No.
did-
You are
did-
lying at her.
All right.
As a
That's not all
prophet,
you
someone
said.
who received
No, that's
revelation,
not all he said.
teach God.
That's not all he said.
Okay.
But he did use the word teacher. Now,
So prophet is
word
teaching the people
From the
what
word
God told
teacher,
him.
from what I've heard from you, I can
Okay,
now
this guy's a
establish
joke.
in my own mind
Yeah.
Muhammad as a teacher.
What
I'm
about-
still yet to define him as a prophet.
Okay, now-
So I'm trying to get you to help me with
No. Clearly, you're not here to.
Teacher,
I've been-
I wouldn't argue.
Okay, you've been
with.
speaking now.
I
You've
won't
been speaking
argue
for a
with.
long time. I already established how to know true prophets and a false prophet. I mentioned the characteristics. I mentioned 5 or 6 of them. But now,
Someone who
no,
teaches
wait,
the truth
no.
is what you said.
No.
You said someone who teaches the
bro,
truth.
you know,
Did
no.
you not say that?
Bro, I give you
He
criteria.
said someone who
He's not
teaches the
listening.
truth.
No,
That's what he
I didn't
said.
say that. I said they will come with the
All
same
right, you
teaching.
didn't say that.
They are known to be
That's what you-
trustworthy,
that's
truthful.
what you-
They prophesied about the future.
Trustworthy,
They have
truthful.
miracles. All of that, you skipped it. And you focus that
No,
he.
but we're
No,
not-
wait.
I'm not agreeing
Allow me
that
to
it's
finish my point.
prophecy, what you said.
Allow me to finish my point, please.
Okay.
In order for me, because I told you already. Look, as I say in my language, I'm not a fox, and a fox will not deceive me. Okay. Already, I told you you're coming with an agenda. You're not coming to learn, and you said that. But Jada said, discuss more. I'm going to discuss more to show that you're not listening to me
Well,
at
I
all.
am coming to learn.
No, let me
I'm coming
finish.
to learn
Let me t-
how you established
I'm ne-
Muhammad
okay.
as a prophet. That's
When-
what I'm coming
okay.
to learn.
Have you ever seen a student interrupt teacher all the time? Who
Yeah.
speaks more in the class, teacher or student?
Well, the teacher will speak more.
Thank you very much. So you're a student teacher, so let me speak more. Thank you very much. You said you're coming to learn. Okay? So now, my point, so I mentioned the characteristics. Let me make it clear to you. You said to me, my definition of a prophethood is wrong. When I ask you what is your criteria, you mentioned English dictionary. English dictionary. No one with no one with a sound intellect will utilize English dictionary to invalidate people's belief, because English dictionary was made by a man,
are you saying
not by a prophet. Sorry.
you're only using Arabic
I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. I'm saying
to use English
no, bro. If you allow me
I
to
was
finish,
gonna say the
you
same
allow me
thing.
to finish,
No,
man.
let him finish.
Bro.
Let him finish.
So now,
Please, let him finish.
I'm saying, logically speaking, in order for you to utilize something to invalidate my claim, you have to come with something which is absolute, objective, or something which is objective, not subjective, which means can be right or wrong. So that shows me you don't know what you're talking about. I
Now,
respect.
let me ask the
You
question that's
understand?
going through everyone's mind.
No,
right
no.
now. The question
How
that's
do you know?
going-
No, how do you know everyone's
You
mind?
don't want me to tell you how I know, because I've heard it mentioned already.
Wallah,
Now,
here's
the
a
question
joke.
that's going through everyone's minds right now is, how are you going to come and teach us in English and then refute the dictionary definition?
No,
Explain that.
I'll explain that to you.
Explain it.
I'll explain that to you.
don't believe it, but at the same time,
I explain to you.
That's
No.
not part of the question.
Wait. First of all, accept. No. First of all, you accept that you utilize the English dictionary as a yardstick for my belief was incorrect to begin
And
with.
you're using it as a yardstick
No,
to translate
I'm not.
the Quran
I'm
into
not.
English.
I'm not. No. Wait.
That's
No,
right.
you're missing the point. But
way
I'm
to
not.
communicate.
But Jadai, my point is, if someone comes to me and said my English language is a criteria, what is a criteria? Is a yardstick that I'm gonna utilize to know who's speaking the truth, who is not. I'll be crazy man, because the English language is not criteria for no one's belief.
Now, my brother,
No.
if you
Meaning.
can't
Well,
translate
let me finish. Let me finish.
Let him finish,
That's
because you're
what I'm
digging a
saying.
hole right now.
That's what you're trying to say.
Let him finish, because he's digging a
Wallahi,
hole.
I'll tell you
He's
why.
digging
I'll tell you
a
why.
hole.
Let me explain to you, Jada. Let me explain to you. Hear me out. I was speaking to him, yeah? I defined what is a true prophet, okay? So I give him the characteristics of what is a prophethood. He said, your definition is incorrect. I said, why? In order for you to say my definition is incorrect, you have to come with something which is objective, with a yardstick. I said, what is your yardstick? I asked him, what is your yardstick? He said, the yardstick, English dictionary. English dictionary is not a yardstick to determine who is a true prophet, who is not.
Okay, but when you use
Is that- do you understand that now?
When you agree
Okay.
with the word revelation,
Exactly.
that was kind of like a trap.
Thank
Well, I
you.
agree.
Said, you would have just said the Arabic word and said,
That's what I did.
Okay, the English version
That's what I said,
of
Jadai.
revelation is totally different.
That's what I
from the
said.
Arabic
I said that to him.
version.
That I said to
I
him.
disagree. I
It's a wahi.
disagree.
Yeah.
And then in Arabic, this means blah, blah,
That's
blah,
what I said
blah.
to him,
So
Jadai.
it's two different things.
That's what I said to him, Jadai.
But then how can
You
you
see, so
teach-
you with me
but then-
now.
But then my
You
brother,
understand? Of course.
question to you, question
I'm
to
saying,
you.
alhamdulillah, I said the truth,
My question
alhamdulillah.
to you then,
No,
yeah?
before my question.
How can you-
No.
how can you- how
Listen.
can- hold on,
Let me ask you a question.
One question first.
No,
How can
you can ask
translate-
me questions.
No, listen. How can you translate a Quran into English
Okay.
if none of the words mean the same thing?
No, that's a good point. That's why I'm not saying that. I'm saying now you can.
the Quran translated in
Wait.
English?
English.
it?
Revelation is an incorrect word.
Let me finish now. English, the Quran.
Disagree.
No,
Okay.
I mean,
I said that to him. Yeah. English.
Because it's English.
No, yeah, you can use it. You can utilize it with explaining. That's why when you read the Quran, if you read the best translation for the Quran is Muhsin Khan. What he tells you, translating the meaning, not the Quran itself, is the explanation of the Quran. So he comes and he tells you, okay, this word it means this, and explain it. And if you go to the English,
It's an opinion, though.
what do you mean? No, you can't translate it because the Quran was written. It was
Some
written.
translation, one man could mean pants, the next man could mean trousers. Yeah.
No,
But
that-
it doesn't matter which one it is.
No, it-
You understand?
no,
But if
it
I
does,
choose
definitely.
pants as
Yeah.
in meaning
Trousers.
underwear,
Yeah.
then it might be different.
Then trousers.
You understand?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
in
No, I'm not saying that,
Arabic,
Jadai. I'm not
that's
saying that.
somebody's opinion.
No, I'm not
The
saying that,
word
Jadai.
is word.
thing.
Jadai,
one you're using-
Jadai, you missing the.
You know when you got a word and it means two things?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Go on.
If you choose which one it means, then it's from Shamsi's understanding.
That's correct. Yeah.
So that's what I mean, isn't it?
No, but what I mean, and now listen to what I mean, yeah?
I'm going to show you the problem.
Wait.
you have after you
No,
finish.
you have not
After
shown
you're
me.
finished, you've
You
got
should
a
be gone
major
home long
problem.
time ago, brother.
When you're
Wallahi.
finished, you've got a major problem to deal with.
Now,
Because you've been digging a hole, but you haven't realised yet.
Bro, you just made yourself look very. Because what you just did, Exactly what you just
I'm
did.
gonna let you finish, but
No,
I'm
let me
just
remind you what you
letting
just
know
did.
you're digging a hole.
Let me remind you what you just did. You did exactly what the white supremacists do when they say to us, listen carefully. Okay, let me speak. Okay, now what they say, Prophet Muhammad got married to Aisha. It's wrong. Why? Because in England we do such and such. But who said your English culture is a criteria for my Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Who said your English culture is a criteria for our country? So you said your English dictionary is a criteria for my belief, which doesn't make any sense, bro. So now let me explain what it means. I mean, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So can you use it as a criteria for me? Now what I mean, that when we translate the Quran English, we translate the meaning. Understand?
Now, I'm going to tell you the problem.
Thank you for letting me know. I've been here 18 years.
Hold on, let me
No,
tell you
let me
the
finish. No,
problem
let me
you
finish my
have.
point. Let me
Finish
finish
your
my
point,
point.
and then I'm going to make
So
my
when we
point.
translate the Quran, we translate the meaning. How we translate the meaning? We go back how the Prophet Muhammad, we go back how the Prophet Muhammad understood it. Likewise, his companions. That's not good like that, man.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah,
Let's not do that. No mums, no mums.
Yeah, don't insult mom and wives. Okay? So now we explain it, how the Prophet Muhammad explained the Quran, likewise how the Prophet Muhammad disciples explained the Quran. So if someone said, this word means that, I say, hold on a minute. Allah told us in the brothers, you're speaking behind me, and you know we like to speak too much.
It's your brothers, man.
So we know Allah told us in the Quran to follow Prophet Muhammad and to follow the companions. May Allah please with them. So when we translate the Quran, we are translating the meaning of the Quran. So when I said Muhsin Khan is the best one, because Muhsin Khan, not the perfect one, of course, still there are some mistakes in there, but mainly he goes to how the Prophet Muhammad's companions.
I'm going to tell you the major problem you have. Which one comes first, Bible or Quran?
The Bible, yes, of course.
So how do you translate the Bible?
What do you mean, how to translate the Bible?
How do you translate the Bible?
How I translate the Bible?
Yeah.
What do you mean, how I translate the Bible?
I'm asking you, how do you translate it? Because if the
Yeah.
words mean different things in Arabic to what they mean in all the other languages, the European languages, the so-called white man's languages, you like to say. Yeah?
No, Greek language, I'm not going to say the white man
All
language.
right. Well, then, if Greek,
But you're an
if the-
Israelite,
if the
hold on
def-
a-
hold on. If
hold
the
a minute.
definition of revelation in Greek means the same thing it means in English, you have a serious problem there.
Wait.
A serious
Watch this.
problem.
Are you Israelite?
Yes.
What does it mean, revelation in Hebrew Israelite language?
I'm not Hebrew.
What does it mean, Israelite language?
I'm not Hebrew.
Israelite, they spoke English?
Let me show you something. I'm an Israelite and I speak English.
I didn't ask you that. Israelite exists before English language.
I'm an Israelite and I speak
I didn't
English.
ask you that.
What did the
That-
early Israelites
the earliest Israelites, how they understood revelation.
How did they understand it?
Yeah.
Cuneiform.
Huh?
Cuneiform.
Elaborate.
Cuneiform.
What does that mean? Elaborate.
It's
Explain
written
it.
on the walls, Egypt.
Yeah, what does it mean?
like
No, wait.
Hieroglyph, cuneiform.
Wait. What does it mean?
We can go back to Samaria, cuneiform. It's
Bro,
a,
stop
it's a
playing
language.
around. Look.
Cuneiform is
You know,
a language.
I need
If
to
you
ask you
don't know that
questions.
that's a language,
No, I'll ask you
if you
questions.
don't know
No.
that that's a
I'm
language-
going to ask you questions. How the Israelites, the earliest Israelites, understood the revelation?
They understand it in whatever language they were speaking at the time.
What was
What
that?
was the
Israelites were nomadic people. They spoke many languages.
Israelites?
They
So
spoke many languages.
prove that to me.
I can prove it to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can go.
What
into,
language Abraham-
For instance, I'm going to give you an
Jacob,
example.
Jacob, what
Hold on,
language?
I'm going to give you an
Yeah.
example. I'm
Yeah.
going to give you an example now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Moses was of Israel, was he not?
He was an Israelite, yeah.
All right. Where did Moses live? Where did he grow up?
He grew up in an area that I don't agree with you. You believe he grew up in Egypt? I'm going to speak. He grew up in Egypt.
All right, we're done.
He grew
we're
up in
done.
Egypt. He grew up in Egypt.
He grew up
Okay.
in Egypt.
Okay, he grew
All
up
right.
in
What
Egypt.
hold on. What,
No, no,
what
what-
are the Egyptians writing?
No, wait.
Hieroglyphs.
Wait.
Cuneiform.
Wait. When you read the Old Testament, is the Old Testament speaks about the Israelites when they lived in Egypt?
The Old Testament.
Yeah. Does it speak about the Israelites?
In the Old Testament, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Does it say in the Old Testament Moses spoke Egyptian language?
Yes.
Show me that.
Well, if he was,
No.
Hold on.
You're
Wait a
making a
second.
claim
Wait a
because it doesn't say that.
Wait a second.
Yeah,
Wait a
okay.
second.
Speculation.
Wait a second. You're saying speculation.
Yeah, it's a
You're
different
saying
language, yeah.
speculation. Hold on.
Because
So
it's
hold
not, there's
on.
not even proof he
Hold on,
lived in
wait a
Egypt.
second. Wait a second.
Yeah, he
We've got
never
him.
lived
We've
in
got him.
Egypt. Especially Egypt that we know now. Yeah.
That was a serious
Hebrew-
mistake you've made.
No,
there.
the Old Testament, show me.
Now, Moses was sent down the river in a reed basket. Who took him out of the river?
I'm not asking you
Hold on,
that.
wait. Who took him out of the river?
Pharaoh.
Pharaoh's who? Pharaoh's
That-
daughter?
No, wait. Pharaoh.
Pharaoh's daughter?
Wait.
Yeah.
You have to.
And where did he grow up?
Okay, sir.
In the palace?
Not
So
the
you're
Pharaoh of
telling me-
Egypt. Not the Pharaoh of
Hold on.
Egypt. This one. Are you aware of that? Are you know? Are you?
Are you saying it's not the
Yeah.
Pharaoh
Because
of
why?
Egypt?
Because why? Do you know?
Should we get? I'm not even going to get the Bible.
No,
out.
wait.
I think that's a major mistake you're making
I'm
there, you
not.
know?
Do you know, and I know everyone knows here, that the ancient Egyptians, they were known to write down their history. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay, show me where in the ancient Egyptian history they spoke about Moses.
Tutmos.
Show me, go on.
Tutmos.
It doesn't, go show me. What,
Tutmos.
Tutmos, what year was it?
Tutmos.
What year was it?
Ah.
Oh,
Question.
yeah,
Good
what year?
question.
Go on.
Doesn't matter. Tutmos.
Doesn't matter. Is it making no sense? Bro, like chat rubbish. Yeah, no. What year was Tutmos? Where's the year of Tutmos? I didn't say they exist. What year exists? What year exists? Bro, I'm asking you.
About Moses,
He's
but
not
they
looking,
don't
he's
even know
there.
who Moses
He's there.
is.
What
They
year
don't know who
exists? What year
Moses is.
exists, Amos?
Doesn't matter.
No,
It's
if
irrelevant
Tammuz
question.
came after
Just
Moses,
irrelevant
doesn't make any
question.
sense. Because you're showing Moses'
Just
time.
you said how
Wait.
important time is.
So first and foremost, what he wants to do?
Bro,
He wants to say.
Look, he's
you know,
going.
he wants
Bro,
to
look,
say,
I lost my time.
Your yardstick.
Wallahi, Jedi, it's you.
Your
You tell me this.
yardstick. Your
Yeah,
yardstick.
but bro, he's not
Hold
listening.
on.
He's
He
just
wants
going
to
there.
say your yardstick for qualifying the word revelation, yeah, comes out of the English dictionary. But your yardstick for qualifying timeline, comes out of English people's definition of history.
I never said that.
It does. You
No,
did.
it is known amongst,
Okay.
look, you go to Egypt,
Okay.
there is Egyptians who study the Egyptian history, okay? They tell you even the term pharaoh.
Are they the
Wait,
real-
wait,
are they
wait,
the
wait, wait,
original
wait,
Egyptians?
wait, wait,
Are they the original
not all of them, not all of them.
Egyptians?
Even the term pharaoh. The term pharaoh, if you study history of Egyptian, was not used there at the time of Moses. That is fact, okay? It was used after by the Romans or the Greeks, okay? So now, there was in history, the kings that existed, the ancient Egyptian, none of them, his name was Pharaoh.
Okay.
Okay, so now that's why when Islam comes in and correct the history which you made up in the Bible. You see what I'm saying? Look at you how silent. I like silence. You understand?
Okay. So
Now,
you're saying that
now,
history-
now, now.
you're saying
That's
the
what.
title,
You're saying
No,
Islam
it never existed.
creates the
They never had the
history that
title.
was
But
made
it's a title.
But
It
never.
means the same thing.
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay.
Because when they
What
said,
were they called? What were they called?
they had the
were
names.
pharaohs. What
No,
did
they had the
say?
names.
What?
It's-
Like what?
I don't know all of their names.
So-
You understand?
So what if
But
we-
you're
what if we
saying
just say
something,
that
but
the
you
title
can't
that was
clarify
given
what you're saying.
By the Greeks to these rulers was Pharaoh.
No,
So that's not what they were called.
No, it was not the time of Moses. It was way after Moses came.
Okay, no.
So the time of Moses, they never had the title Pharaoh or name from Pharaoh.
Okay, cool.
Do you understand?
But what
So
I'm
man,
saying is
no,
that doesn't mean that the guy wasn't still the ruler.
No,
Right.
no.
Pharaoh, king,
It's still because if I say Jedi, title was Pharaoh, and his people called him Pharaoh, then the people come and check the history. No one called you Pharaoh.
Pharaoh's not the name,
No, wait.
Pharaoh's the title.
Listen
It's like the
carefully.
Mister, King,
Listen. No, it's not. They
Of
say,
course it is.
no, Pharaoh.
Pharaoh's
That's,
not no one's name,
bro. You have to let me
It's a
finish.
title, it's a title.
Pharaoh, they differ. What is the meaning of Pharaoh? Someone said it comes from the word Hebrew bara. Okay.
Alright.
So wait. My point here is, if in the Bible said Jedi, he's for the sake of argument, his title was called Pharaoh, by his people called him Pharaoh.
Yeah.
And he named himself Pharaoh.
Yeah.
And we know in the history, Pharaoh was not used in your lifetime.
But Jedi was though.
No, but I'm talking about the term.
Okay, but
It's
cool.
wrong.
So I call myself mayor.
That's
No,
a
Really,
fallacy.
I was-
no,
That
you're
was
missing
a
the point.
fallacy. That
If
was a
God,
big fallacy.
I hear what you're saying.
What I'm saying.
But did the
Massive fallacy.
individual exist? Whether his name was Pharaoh or
no, he
King,
never existed someone called Pharaoh. Never.
you don't hear what I'm
Alright,
saying.
let me-
No, even the name.
Hold on.
I get
This is
that.
the
Hold
point.
on. Wait.
That's why
You
Islam
said-
comes
hold
in
on, wait a second.
and correct the
You said
information.
Moses never spoke Egyptian.
Human.
So how did Moses communicate? How did Moses
Are
communicate?
you
with
missing the point?
How did no, hold
You
on.
are missing the
How
point
did
many
Moses
times.
communicate with the Egyptians that he grew
What
up
I'm
with?
saying, let me
Sorry.
What I'm saying, Jedi.
The
look.
Moses you're speaking of,
If
how
this
did he
book's from God,
communicate with the Egyptians
if
that
this
he grew
book,
up with?
if this book's from God, yeah,
That don't make
and
no
God,
sense.
listen carefully. If God gave us information, okay, God will speak. God will not lie. Will not make up things. God will speak the truth, okay. God will not tell us information which is false.
It's about translation though, right?
No, but even if you go to Hebrew language, they say it was Pharaoh. Pharaoh never existed that time. There was no someone called Pharaoh or the title Pharaoh. Even there's a
But it's
huge.
definitely in the Hebrew version that it says Pharaoh.
Alright, do you know
Never,
what?
the Egyptians never call him
I'm
Pharaoh.
asking you.
They use this term, but it's not
Pharaoh.
true.
You sure they use it?
Yeah, they used it.
So
Yeah,
they're lying.
that's what. No. Let's look carefully. Of course, they're lying.
Yeah.
Now, do you know what? Listen to this.
Well, you
There is
say they're
wait.
lying.
There is a Hebrew archaeologist, Jewish archaeologist in our time. He said the Jewish are very stubborn because we studied the history of Egypt, and the story of Moses with Pharaoh, them is a made up against people of Egypt.
But he's
Understand?
Not even, he's
No,
not
but-
even his people
How do you
anyway.
validate
I'm
that?
not saying about his
How do you validate
No, I'm
that?
just
From
saying.
Hebrew
No,
to
no,
Jewish.
no.
Very different.
How are you going to
No,
validate
what I'm
your
saying,
statements?
he studies, archaeologists. Archaeologists go to Egypt or other countries and they study hieroglyphic and everything, understand?
Okay.
So when they read the history of Egypt, the kings, no one was named Pharaoh, no one was called Pharaoh, and there was no one that claimed to be God at the time of Moses, and this history is made up.
What was the name of the song?
Hear me,
Moses didn't exist.
I didn't say
What was the
that.
name of the
It's
song
okay, he's going
called
off topic.
Pharaoh.
I'm
What
waiting for
was
him
the
to
name
tell
of
us.
the
I'm waiting for
No,
him to
before,
tell
What
us.
was his name?
no, before
I'm
the
waiting for him
name,
to
you missing
tell
the point.
Forget
No, you missing the
Pharaoh.
point. No. The point here is that show us the Bible gave us a false information.
But we're not
That's
talking
why
about
Islam
Pharaoh, we're
comes
talking
in
about
corrected.
Moses. We're not talking about Pharaoh, we're talking
No,
about Moses.
I'm saying
Now, you said Moses wasn't in Egypt.
Yes.
No Israelites were in Egypt. Yeah, that's what you're saying, yeah?
I said it was never exist. Yeah,
All
no,
right.
stuff like
So-
exist.
so
I'm telling you, Moses never lived in Egypt, which we know now.
All right,
Okay,
Moses,
because there's two
do you
types of
know what?
Egypt.
Well, do you know what? If that's what you believe,
There's Hyksos.
No,
Do you
no.
know
If that's
Hyksos?
what, hold on.
Where is
If
that?
Do you
that's
know
what
Hyksos? Do you
believe-
know Hyksos?
Where is that?
Alright, cool. Listen.
No, do you know Hyksos?
Where is
Okay,
that?
cool.
Where is
Fair
that?
enough.
Hyksos, they
If
were
that's what
okay,
you believe-
Egypt was split up. Okay,
If
They
that's
were
what you believe, you can
Hyksos.
believe that.
When they studied their history, there was people came from the Arab Peninsula.
They're Arabs.
Yeah, they're like the same as Arabs.
Okay,
Okay,
they were Arabs,
doesn't mean they're good people.
No, I'm just saying.
You see what I'm saying?
they're Arabs,
my
I'm not
brother,
saying that.
my
You know what I'm saying? It's not
brother.
something like a proud of
I'm
it.
hearing what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? You see what
I'm
saying?
hearing what you're saying. We
But my
understand your
point-
belief.
No,
We
wait.
understand your belief.
But
my brother,
let
you
me
said
to finish.
There were no
No, let me to
Israelites in
finish.
Egypt.
No, let me
Yeah?
to finish. Let me to finish.
Just
No,
to make
I'm
sure-
coming to you.
I'm just making sure
If
that's
you're
what you're saying.
this is lab, you know.
I'm just making sure
You know,
that's
I've
what
been
you're
here
saying.
3 weeks. I come to before all of that. You keep talking. You have the Old Testament, and you've been struggling to define what is a prophethood according to the Old Testament,
No,
which you
I'm
believe
not.
is from
You're
God.
struggling to define revelation.
Okay, define prophethood according to Old Testament. Show me. Show me definition of prophethood according to the Old Testament.
You show it to us.
You are Hebrew. You are Israelite, not me.
I told you the
Ah, look
definition
after
I'm
yourself,
going.
man.
I
Wallahi.
told you the
You
definition
are-
I'm going by.
Even you go
think-
against the Bible.
Listen, I'm dealing with your statement right now, yes? So let's not dance around. Listen, let's not do the
But you
butt
definition
dance.
go against the Bible.
Let's keep it linear. Yeah.
Okay,
Now,
you definition go against the
you said-
Bible.
Hold on. You said there were no Israelites in
The time of
Egypt
Moses.
whatsoever.
Yes, the Egypt that
All
we
right.
know because there's a
All
big.
right. Now, let me show you
Okay.
something.
No,
We're done
wait.
with Moses. I'll
No,
be done
wait.
with Moses.
No.
I'll let you have that.
No.
I'll let you have that.
Wait. Let me explain. Let me wait.
Explain it more if
Brother,
you want.
look.
If you want to explain more,
Jada, you've been here for long
that's
enough,
fine.
yeah? How many questions you ask me?
3.
3, yeah, okay. And now I need to ask questions as well, okay?
Okay.
Your definition of a true prophet, does the Old Testament or the New Testament define it the way you define it?
How do we define words? By a dictionary.
Now they ask you that. According to the
Define
Old Testament,
words
okay,
by a
let me make it
dictionary.
clear to you. Let me make it
We
clear
don't
to you.
define words by going
Let me
into
make it
a
clear to
book
you.
that
Let me-
doesn't deal with words.
Let me make it
We
clear to you.
define words by dealing with linguistics.
Let me make it clear to you.
Dealing with words.
Let me make it clear to
dealing
you.
with dictionary.
Jeremiah is a prophet.
Okay.
Is he a prophet, yes or no? My question.
You tell me, is Jeremiah a prophet?
Is Isaiah a prophet?
I'm not dealing with that.
No,
I'm
no.
not dealing with
And
that.
why he's
I'm
now?
not dealing with that.
Because
you're-
why?
What you're
No,
trying to
no,
do,
no.
You're trying to divert. and
I'm not.
allowing it.
I'm not.
allowing it.
I'm
You
showing
said,
you.
Listen,
No,
you said
yes, guys,
clearly,
what's
your
up,
clear
man?
statement was this. His
I'm
statement
gonna
was
look
this.
after yourself.
There
It's
were
time for
no
Maghrib.
Israelites in Egypt.
Okay.
Hold on,
Yeah,
what
look
about
after yourself.
Joseph?
Yeah,
What about
sorry.
Joseph?
Look
You
after
ask
yourself.
questions,
Okay.
and when you
You
ask
are
a
here.
question,
He's not happy for the
Joseph
Old
never
Testament to be criteria.
Joseph never
He's scared because why? I will.
never spoke no Egyptian. Yeah, Moses
Scared.
never spoke no Egyptian. Yeah, people who are
you answer my
clearly
question,
stated in
please?
the Bible to be in the place called Egypt.
So you accept the Bible?
Yeah, who was speaking.
So you accept the Bible?
Listen, I'm going by what you're saying.
No,
right?
I didn't say that.
Listen, you
I'm not
listen
using the
to what you
Bible.
stated.
Bro, I didn't
Listen,
say
I'm
to
just going
himself.
by what you stated.
Ah,
I'm
it's
just
too
letting
much,
you know
man.
that these people,
Brother, you are.
these people
No.
who are in the Bible,
My question.
these
You
people
said
who are in the Septuagint, yeah,
in the Bible.
yeah.
Okay, what does that
And
mean?
Even more
Wait,
to the
wait.
fact,
Let-
like I said, we can find top most in Egypt.
Oh, brother, you're talking
We
nonsense.
can find him in
Wait,
Egypt.
again. It's okay.
But then you want to talk about using the Bible as using the dictionary, yeah, so-called white man's book as a yardstick to define.
You
language.
used it, not
But
me.
he wants to use the white man's timeline.
I
to
didn't say
define
that.
time.
Who said that I'm
That's
using the
what
white
you
man?
wanna do. Well, whose timeline are you using?
So no one studied history except the white man.
Whose timeline
No, wait.
Whose timeline are you using?
Are you doing what you?
Whose timeline are you
A'udhu
using?
billah, man. Can I
Whose
speak?
timeline
Can
are you using?
I speak now? Can I speak
Whose
now?
timeline are you
Can I speak
using?
now? Can I speak now?
Could
Okay.
speak. Go ahead.
Who told you the only people that study the Egyptian history are the white men? Who told you
Well, it
that?
has to be verified by different scholars. It can't just be verified
So
by your
that's what I'm
scholars.
saying.
It has to be verified by
That's what
all
I'm
scholars.
saying. I'm saying
Just like
everyone.
language.
The
The language has to be verified by all scholars.
Brother, if you don't
so
let me
when we
finish.
want to translate a word, the word has to mean the same thing in England. When we translate it into Iranian, it has to mean the same thing. When we translate it into Japanese, it has to mean the same thing in Japanese.
so-
when we translate,
Okay.
otherwise it's not a translation.
Okay, so
it's
now,
not valid.
no problem. So according to you, revelation, someone has to come with something no one came before it.
That's right.
Is Isaiah a prophet in the Old Testament?
I don't know.
He's a prophet. He's a prophet.
I don't know.
He called a prince of the prophets. He's the best
Does he
prophet.
come with something that someone already said?
No, yes, he came like Moses. He came to preach the law of Moses.
Okay, so if he's preaching the law of Moses, then unfortunately he might not be a prophet.
So you,
unless he says something that no one's heard.
wait. So therefore, we cannot trust the Old Testament because the Old Testament defines someone who is a prophet, which you reject to be a prophet.
Well, to be honest, I think, you know, when you're dealing with Christians, you're dealing with pagans.
No, I'm talking to
Can
you.
see me?
No,
I
no,
don't
no, no,
deal
no,
with
no,
crosses.
no, no, no.
I don't deal
No,
with
no,
crosses.
don't play around
I
with
don't
me.
deal with crosses.
Are you talking to me
So
now?
let me make you know
No,
that
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
deal
no.
with
I ask you about
crosses. And
crosses.
if we're going to go
Oh,
back,
no,
if
no,
we're
no,
going to
no,
go
no,
back, if
no,
we're going to
no.
go back to
Brother,
where
can
the
you see what I'm
Christians
saying?
get their book from,
You see what I'm saying?
and we go back to
No,
where the
no, I'm not.
get their book
No, no,
from,
brother,
we're
brother.
gonna have
I'm
to
here,
go
I'm here.
back into
Brother, you
Egypt.
can take your cameras and go
What
off
they
there.
call Egypt.
I'm here,
Yeah?
okay?
Which is really Kemet.
Do you trust
We're
the
gonna have to
Bible,
go
brother?
back into Samaria.
Do you
We're
trust-
going to have to go back into cuneiform. And we're going to have to stop dealing with
Do you
this
trust the
rhetoric.
Bible? Do you trust the Bible? The Old
No,
Testament?
No.
Okay, so why are you trusting about the... Wait. Why are you trusting about the story of Moses then?
Let me show you something. We can find Moses in Kemet, yeah?
There's no,
yeah?
Tammuz never existed.
The
No,
Ten
wait.
The Ten Commandments these Christians speak of, yeah?
Yeah.
And the Ten Commandments that the Muslims speak of, yeah?
Yeah.
Let me show you something. There's more commandments. They're called Mayat.
So are you Israelite or are you a Kemet?
Do you know about the
Are you
conversions
Israelite or
of Mayat?
Kemet? No. Before
Well,
that...
the Israelites were in Kemet.
Okay, so you...
The Israelites were in
Okay,
Kemet.
so...
The Israelites were in Kemet.
Is Moses prophet?
Is Moses the prophet?
Yeah.
Who Moses?
No, Moses. He's playing around.
You just said Moses don't exist, basically.
I never said that.
Well, I'm gonna say.
No, I'm asking you, is Moses prophet? I'm asking you.
I'm gonna suggest that he might not.
Okay,
exist.
no problem. Is Moses prophet?
I'm gonna suggest he might not exist.
Is Moses prophet?
How could someone who don't exist?
Is
be a
Moses prophet?
How could someone who don't exist be a prophet?
Do you believe he exists or not?
I believe Moses exists.
Which is Moses?
I don't know if he's Moses. But
Who
he's
is he?
Moses.
Brother, can I speak to someone like that? Bro, come on, you have to speak, brother. I like how you speak the truth.
I don't know if he's
Is he making
Moses, but
sense?
he's Moses.
You don't get that? Okay. Is Moses Moses?
I don't know if Moses is Moses.
Who's-
I know Moses is Moses.
Who's Moses? Define him. Who is he?
Who is he?
Yeah.
He's a ruler in Egypt.
Huh?
He was a ruler in Egypt, or what we know as Egypt.
No, what year was he ruler of Egypt?
Pardon me?
What year?
What year?
Yeah. At the time.
You can go on Google it, look it up.
No, but you're talking about him. You're talking about him.
Let me show you something.
Bro,
I'm
no.
not
Take
dealing.
care of
He was
yourself.
talking about time
You know you're making no sense
He
anyway.
was talking about time
Anyway,
frames.
I'm gonna
He was talking about time
conclude.
frames. No,
I'm gonna
he was talking
conclude.
about time frames.
Anyway,
No,
you know,
he
brother,
wanted
look
to know
at
about
yourself.
time frames.
Look
What he
at
tried to do.
He's
What he
making no
tried to
sense,
do.
man.
What he
The lie
tried
is
to
making
do.
no sense.
Pardon me?
Anyway.
What do
No,
I
I
mean
have to
by
go,
Egypt?
Maghreb.
I mean Kemet. I mean Kemet.
So you're
And what
Kemet,
I'm
you're more
trying to-
Kemet than
No,
Israelites.
No, this is what
You're
I'm
more
saying.
Kemet than
You're saying
Israelites.
I'm more Kemet than
Yeah,
Israelites.
you
But
can
let me
see.
show you something. Let me show you something.
You have shown me nothing
Israelites
because
were
you're not
nomadic
you're not
people that
honest.
also
You're not honest
existed in
person.
Kemet.
You're not honest
That also
person.
existed in
I would
Kemet.
say you're not
And
honest
they were
person.
not enslaved.
So I'm just gonna conclude.
They were not enslaved.
I'm gonna
They were
conclude.
not enslaved.
Okay.
You don't know nothing about Israelites.
Okay, I didn't know.
What you know about Israelites is what you believe. It's what you
don't
got
know
from
nothing
someone
about
else. It's
Israelites.
what you read in your book.
No,
It's what you read in
okay,
your
take.
book.
I'm just gonna
It's what
conclude.
you read in your
I'm
book.
just gonna
But what
conclude.
I'm dealing with Kemetic.
You may-
That's what I'm dealing. I'm dealing with cuneiform.
Okay, take care of
Yeah?
yourself.
And I'm
Okay.
dealing with Kemetic.
Okay, take care of
yeah?
yourself.
So let me show you something.
You just,
Let me
no,
show you
take care of yourself. I'm
something.
gonna
Let me show
conclude.
you
I'm gonna
something. Let me show you
conclude.
something.
Bro, I
Let
finished.
me show you something.
Bro, I
I'm gonna
finished.
conclude on this. I'm gonna conclude on
finished.
this.
Okay, conclude, I will conclude.
You see the words in your Quran?
Yeah.
They come from us. They come from what you call Egypt. Yeah?
Who?
They come from what you call Egypt. They
wait,
come
wait,
off of the
wait,
words.
wait,
The same way the
Wait,
words
wait.
in the Septuagint, they come off of the
You're making
wolves
claim many
in
things.
Egypt.
Take care of yourself.
And
You
the
make
words
claim
in the
about.
Septuagint are the same words that are in your Quran.
Okay, take care of yourself.
Yeah?
Okay. You made many
Just like
claims.
there's a Muhammad before your Muhammad.
Okay, yeah,
And
yes,
you
that's
call him
good.
a false prophet.
Okay, take care of
Do you
yourself.
want me to tell you his name?
Yes, yeah. What's his name?
I'm gonna
His
get
name is
it.
not Muhammad.
I'm
Take care of
gonna get
yourself.
it.
Tamos. Bro.
Nah, not Google,
Anyway.
not Google, not Google.
Anyway,
Not Google. Nah, it's
I'm
not
gonna
Tamos.
conclude.
I'm gonna get it for you
Well,
right
let
now.
me conclude,
I'm gonna
yeah.
get it for you
I'm
right
gonna
now.
conclude.
I'm gonna
I
get it
stopped
for
to
you
this.
right
I
now.
want to speak to this person, by giving him time. You know, I've been here for 3 weeks. You know, and as I've mentioned, Speaker's Corner is a nice place. Sometimes you meet good people, sincere people who wants to learn, but sometimes you meet people they have no clue what they're talking about. Okay. And you know, may Allah guide him. You know, I pray to Allah to guide him because it's making no sense. Okay. He asked me what is a true
Who
prophet.
is Masalimat?
Okay. He's a prayer mat.
Who is that? Who is that?
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
Oh, you don't want to talk about that. You don't want to talk about
Bro,
that.
look after yourself.
You don't want to
Take
talk
care of
about
yourself,
that.
okay.
You don't want to talk
Okay,
about
brother,
that. Don't trust English. No, I trust my own scholars. We don't deal with the British scholars. Listen, we don't deal with the
خلاص
British
أنا leave him,
scholars.
take
We deal
care.
with our own scholars.
Brother, take care of yourself,
Yeah?
okay.
We got our own scholars.
Okay, so now
Yeah?
I'm
This ain't
not-
the dictionary.
I'm not-
Believe you me, this is not the dictionary.
So you still accept it though?
This is not the dictionary. I'm asking you a question.
No,
I just
thank you.
asked you a question.
Bro, you making
you
no
can
sense.
accept the question or not accept the question.
Anyway, I
asked
spoke to you
who
for
it
long.
was.
He said to me the way I define the true prophet is incorrect. So I asked him, what is the yardstick? That's the best way to ask them. He said that he's trying to use English dictionary as a yardstick to determine who's a true prophet and who is not. You understand? Anyone with a sound intellect will know that is silly. Someone use English dictionary that was made up by a man, normal human being, to utilize the book, which he believes is subjective, meaning could be right or wrong, to utilize it as a yardstick. Here, I have finished his argument, destroy it, okay? Now, the Bible he accepts, which is the Old Testament, when I pinned him down, what he did, he ended up disbelieving in it. And that's what Allah said about the Israelites. He said when the truth came to them, even they rejected even Moses. and you are a living example what Allah mentioned in the Quran 1,400 years ago. Alhamdulillah for Islam. He tried to say Prophet Muhammad learned from Warqa bin Nawfal. I said, you're making a claim. Where's the proof for that? Then when I showed him the Arab pagans were looking for any excuse to invalidate Prophet Muhammad, the prophethood, they never made that claim against him, alayhi salam. The claim they made that he took it from a Christian servant of someone from the Arab pagans, and he never spoke Arabic language. And Allah refuted these arguments. So, alhamdulillah, you can watch many videos when you speak to people with a sound reasoning and natural inclination, and you explain and you break down Islam to them. Islam goes down in line with the natural inclination and the sound reasoning. What he's talking about, this, that, he went to debate me about Moses, which he said he doesn't even believe exists. How can you speak something like that? Take care of yourself. Have a nice day.
Let me ask you one more question.
No, what can you say? What can you say?
Let me ask you one more question.
Go
Ask you
on.
a simple question.
Ask me a simple
You know,
question.
you two were debating about the word revelation.
Yes.
And you said it meant something slightly different in Arabic to what it is in English.
That's the way he defined it. I haven't seen
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
The way he defined it, yeah.
How can we trust the English translation, the translation from Arabic to English of the Quran if so many of the words are different?
Say again, how?
How can we trust the translation from Quran to English if so many of the words are different? Or you can say, oh, it has a different meaning. How do we...
Yeah, do you know, they explain it to you.
That's their way of dancing
even
around
English
things.
dictionary.
That's their way of.
If you ask me now, you're gonna. Now in
That's
English.
their way of being controversial because when we start
So
getting
now,
into
are you
words,
asking me a question or him?
all of a sudden.
So
our
let me
words ain't
speak.
good
Can I
enough.
speak? Can I speak? No,
All
no,
of
no.
a sudden, our words
I'm
ain't
saying,
good
look,
enough.
what he said, yeah. He tried to say, in order for someone to be true prophet, he has to come with the revelation. So when he defined the revelation, he said someone that came with it. He has to come with something no one came with it before. Okay. Now when you look to the Old Testament and the New Testament, there are many prophets came with the same teaching of the other prophets.
And I didn't get into the miracles.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
And I
See what I'm
can't get
saying?
into the miracles.
Yeah,
because my second point was
let me
gonna be
finish.
miracles.
Let me
And I
finish.
didn't get into
Let
the
me finish. Let me
miracles
finish.
because
Let me
he got
finish.
stuck
So
on
the
that one
Quran
word.
translation,
He got stuck.
when the Quran translates, they translate the meaning. And they tell you this is the best, like they translate the rough meaning of the Quran. So they're not gonna tell you like Allah is one. They're gonna translate to Allah is five. So in a way you still can trust it, but it's better off, without any doubt, to learn the Arabic language, to take the water from the river than taking it from the bottle. Understand? Likewise, now if I want to learn about science, the only way to get information about science in our time in the English language. Now, if I'm very interested in science, then I will rely on people translation. But I will, if I'm sincere, I want to study, then I will learn English dictionary. I mean English language.
So basically,
I
his
haven't
language
finished.
doesn't
I haven't
translate
finished.
into
I haven't
anyone
finished.
else's
I haven't
language.
finished. No, it
They
does.
can't
But you
translate
translate the
it.
meaning because
They
why?
can't translate
It's the
it.
word of God.
He just
And that,
defined that
brother,
you cannot translate
brother,
it.
let me
You can't
finish.
translate it.
You're gonna speak on my behalf. I have a mouth, you know.
But you just
And I
said
speak
that.
English and French and Arabic. So you have to speak on behalf. I speak many languages. Alhamdulillah. So my point here is that remember the Quran is the word of the Creator, and it's so powerful, and it has many meanings. So when the scholars explain it, they explain the meaning of the Quran, not the Quran, the word itself, but still, which is the meaning. But still, you can trust it in a way. Yes.
Could
Okay.
you give dawah to anyone in the country who can't speak Arabic?
Yes.
You give that dawah and then you give them the Quran, which is translated.
And I'll
into
explain to
English.
them. I'll explain
Yeah,
that to them without. Also, like for example, God. You know, for God in English language. Let me about English language. God. What is God? You can put as gods. Okay. So when I said, look, believe in God, I explain what do I mean by that. Believing in God, who is the one who created the heavens and the earth and that which is between them, and the one who revealed His name to His prophets and His messengers, which is Allah. Because when you say God, when you go to many people claim to be God, even the chemists claim to be God. So I have to explain what do I mean by God, because God is a Greek like a religion. For example, religion as well. Religion is a Greek word, meaning religious, which is mean way of life. So when I speak to atheists, I say you have a religion. He says no. I said what I mean by religion. So I explain what do I mean by that.
Would you say it's a loose translation? Just my last little bit. Would
No,
you say
yeah, the
the
question
meaning
give-
of the Quran, is it a loose, the meaning of the Quran, the English translation
Yeah.
of Quran, is that a loose translation of the Arabic Quran?
What do you mean loose translation?
It's not accurate.
No, I didn't say it's not accurate. No, I never said that. I never said that word. No, I never said. I said they translate the meaning. I didn't say it's not accurate.
So can you trust the English
not every English translation you're gonna trust. Understand? Because some people they don't even know Arabic language. That's why I said the best English translation is Muhsin Khan, because Muhsin Khan was a Muslim scholar who he goes back to the how the Prophet Muhammad understood the Quran, and there is no problem with that. Because why? we still have the original Quran, so we can use it as a yardstick. This translation, this person made mistake, because translation is a human effort, and human they make mistakes, but the word of God is perfect.
But don't you
Anyway,
think? Don't you think?
I have to go.
Don't you think that?
All right, echo is.
What I'm gonna say is this year.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Hope this video was helpful for you. This may help others too, so please consider sharing, and we will bring more videos in the future inshallah, so consider subscribing and you won't miss any. Jazakallahu khairan.